What's up, everybody? Get wrecked here, and we're going to show you how to do a nice easy slime farm. I was able to get over 4,000 per hour without having to dig out a slime chunk and sit there and wait for them to spawn. So let's show you how it's done. So for this farm, you need to find yourself a zombie or a skeleton spawner. Spider spawners do not work. I have not done it with the breeze or anything in the trial chamber. If I can get that to work, I will post it, I promise. Once you've got your spawner, you're going to dig out 2 to 3 blocks above it, put a slab on top of the spawner. You're going to dig out 9 blocks each direction and down 4 and dig the whole thing out like this. So it's going to be 22 by 22. In the middle, you're going to have a 4 by 4 hole. That's where your mobs are going to drop in and fall down to the next part of the chamber. Once you've got it dug out, you're going to put blocks in the corner. You're going to put 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to put a bucket of water in the corner. Skip a couple, and then the second row up all the way across all 4 sides. That will, you see there's a little bit of a shooting them down in the corners. That'll make sure all the mobs shoot to the center hole. Additionally, fun little freebie here is you get some of the, if it's low enough, like mine is low enough, I get some glow squid every once in a while, about 10 an hour. So fun little freebie for you there, but just one in the corner, skip a couple, and then hit all the middle ones. It should look something like this. This is the next chamber. I'll show you the next chamber. You can put your water in right now because these 4 blocks right here in the middle will not have any water on them. You can dig down 5 blocks, all 4 spots, dig down 5 blocks, and you're going to dig out an area 10 by 10 each side. So 10 to the north, south, east, and west of this. We're going to put in a landing platform where the mobs that come out of the spawner, the skeletons or the zombies, will land and will be held there temporarily so they can get hit with a potion of oozing. So you're going to dig down 5 blocks and then a 2 high, 10 on each side wide area to build this landing platform. This is where the mobs are going to land. It's just simple 4 sticky pistons, pushing blocks out, closing it off, and then it's going to pull them back. Controlled by a lever. Very little redstone. Mine has 1 repeater, I believe, and I think it's about 20 redstone just to wire it from here to the wall. I think it's another 10 up, just for the going up in the glass ladder. So let's take a look at that right now. As you can see here, it's just 4 sticky pistons with blocks in front of them and blocks beside to close it off. We're going to close the whole thing down. We're going to add a dispenser so it shoots out the splash potion of oozings onto the mobs that are in there. And then when we hit the lever, this contraption opens up and lets them fall down to the kill chamber, which we'll show you how this contraption works and how it's wired with glass, basically a glass redstone ladder. So here's how this all works without it being buried in the build. The chest is where I put the potions. They feed the dispenser. The dispenser is released by the button. The lever opens up the platform, closes it back up. We have a glass redstone ladder. I have the repeaters just for the video to make it look a little brighter so you can see the wiring better. The button is fed with the glass redstone ladder as well. It's super easy. You don't have to use all these hoppers to feed it. You can go in manually, do it if you like. I just happen to have a ton of hoppers available, so I did mine this way. Now it's time for kill chamber number 1. This one is a little bit different. It can be done a couple different ways. So you can make it to where it goes down 24 blocks, and they die on impact. Or you can do it down 14 blocks with some dripstone spikes, and it'll have to be down 14 blocks. The dripstone would be at block 13. The base that they're on would be at 14. The dripstone does additional damage. And again, this room is 22 by 22, built just like the one above. So this is going to work is this platform is 14 blocks down. The spikes are at 13. The dripstone spikes are at 13. You have to have this 4 block gap above, at least 3 blocks, because the mobs are going to shoot out of there. So the slimes are going to shoot out of there. It's pretty interesting what happens if you don't have it right. You have to have this gap. And this has to be 22 by 22 minimum because these mobs will shoot through the walls just like this. I tried seeing if I could alternate my gold farm into turning into a slime farm, and as you can tell, that didn't quite work out so well. And if you don't have at least a 3 block gap above the spikes for the slimes to come out, this is what happens. The medium-sized slimes are going to get caught in there. They're going to die as well. a bunch of your slime balls are going to get caught up on the spikes. This lagged my PlayStation 5 out pretty good. That's pretty ridiculous. And you see all of them just shooting out, which some of those will shoot through the walls as well. So now we're going to dig down 6 blocks in this 4x4 hole, and this next part can be done a couple different ways. If you've been to the nether or not will determine what you use here. If you've been to the nether, I recommend magma blocks. So what's going to happen is they're going to fall down 6 blocks, and the medium slimes, when they make contact, should turn into the small slime blocks. So the magma blocks here, since the small ones are just one hit, we'll take care of them really quickly and just so much easier. If you haven't been to the nether, if you don't want to go get the magma blocks, you can also use campfires. Campfires work just as well. I just don't like having the smoke there. And the magma, for me, the magma blocks just a little bit more fun. Now this area has to at least be 4x4. If it's just a 2x2, just those little 4 blocks when it goes down, when the medium ones turn into the small ones, sometimes the small ones will get stuck into the walls and you'll lose probably about 25 to 30% of your slime balls. So 4x4 minimum for this room. And directly underneath these magma blocks or your campfires is a simple minecart with hopper collection system. I have it running over a bunch of hoppers. So the areas where the powered rails are not, I have hoppers. That way they can just suck it through. And you get, depending on the spawn rates of the spawner itself, you can get, a couple thousand slime balls an hour easily. I've gotten almost 5,000 at the most. So enjoy. Now let's see what it looks like from start to finish. So I misspoke earlier. You had to go to the nether. You need to get nether wart. You need to get blaze powder. So what you do, you make a splash potion of oozing. To do that, you get a brewing stand, blaze powder for fuel, water bottles with, you feed it with another wart, then a slime block, then a gunpowder. That creates the splash potion of oozing. One of those is enough to take care of a lot of mobs. So we're going to do a 10-minute run, and just a 10-minute run gets about 4 stacks of slime balls. Let's watch it. So after 10 minutes, there's plenty of mobs coming down. They're getting 2, 3, 4 at a time coming out. You hit up the splash potion of oozing, hit the lever, listen. All right, they've all just died. So now you hit the lever and close the trap door back up. And this is after 10 minutes. Don't mind him in the corner. He's just a weirdo. This is after 10 minutes of sitting there. 1 splash potion of oozing. As you can see, the medium-sized slimes are breaking down into small ones and dying almost instantly. So this is like within a second. They hit, they split, they die. Now let's go downstairs and see what we got. As you can see here, there's almost 6.5 stacks of slime balls in 10 minutes. This is just shy of 2,500 slime balls per hour. This is the average run that I get, about 6.5 to 7 stacks in an hour's time. I'm sorry, in a 10 minutes time. So roughly 2,500 an hour. I have had upwards of just shy of 5,000. So it's got some pretty good rates to it. It all depends on how the spawner is doing. I did not spawn proof anything around this farm whatsoever. All I did was dug the area out, closed off anything that was around it, and built the system. That's it. No spawn proofing anywhere. So enjoy. If you like it, let me know. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you.